Baylor hands Oklahoma the first loss of the season with a garbage field goal at the end, 27-14. This was clearly the worst game Oklahoma played all year. Caleb Williams, 19 passes, 10 completions, 146 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Guys, right now, in my opinion, in my top 10, Oklahoma does not belong in it. What about you guys? What are you guys feeling?
I agree. I wouldn't have Oklahoma in the top 10. They don't deserve it, even though they have one loss. You know, Baylor's the best team they've played all season, and you see what happens. We haven't lost a game in November with Lincoln Riley. That's our first one. Taylor, I told you, I had a feeling this is the year we lose November.
Yeah. Emerson.
I would agree. Yeah, they're not a top 10 team. Baylor thoroughly handled Oklahoma physically the entire game, almost. So, yeah, Oklahoma's not a top 10 team as of right now.
You're kind of cutting out a little bit on our end. I don't know. We heard you, but it's real quiet.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, with that being said, right now, or the AP Top 25 came out. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot. The college football playoff rankings matter. But we got Oklahoma sitting at number 12 at 9-1. We got Baylor sitting at number 11, and Oklahoma State sitting at number 9. Fellas, right now, Oklahoma's still atop of the Big 12, tied with Oklahoma State at 9-1, 6-1 with the Big 12 record. Honestly, Oklahoma still controls their own destiny with the Big 12 race. Playoff race, I was telling Nick earlier when we were watching the game, this was kind of a different loss for me. I really wasn't too bummed about it, if that makes sense. Usually I'm just pissed off, everybody calling and making fun of us. It's kind of a good thing that Oklahoma got a loss out in the regular season so they don't get embarrassed in the playoff, because Nick was saying that he thinks if they made the playoff against Georgia, it'd probably be worse than the Peach Bowl against LSU. Emerson, what do you think?
I don't know if it would be worse as far as, like, total points, like, surrendered. I think, like, Oklahoma just, they would get shut out offensively. Offensively, they wouldn't score any points. It would be worse in that regard. And, like, physically they'd get dominated. I mean, they got manhandled up front, especially on offense for the entire game against Baylor. So I can't imagine what Georgia's defense would do to them.
Yeah, I mean,
we wouldn't be putting up 28 points. I'll tell you.
No.
And it seems like Oklahoma lacks the physicality in this year. You know, they don't have that mean, gritty type of football. You know, defensively, we can't tackle. It's always been an OU thing for the past couple of years. It's just the tackling has been horrific, to say the least. And it's not Alex Grinch's fault. It's just the mentality, you know. Last year, that was the best defense I've seen in a long time. This year, they have all this high expectation, but the first guy always breaks loose. You know, he makes somebody miss, and it's even the gang tackling. It's shaky. And, you know, we still got some turnovers in this game, but we don't convert. We don't do anything on the offensive side of the ball.
2 turnovers apiece. Both teams had 2 turnovers.
And the O-line is terrible. They don't give Caleb any time to throw the ball, make anything happen. The run game, we had less than, Kennedy Brooks had less than, 50 yards. He had 51 total.
Which was weird because every time Kennedy touched the ball, he was getting good yardage. He was getting like 6 to 8 yards, like pretty often, at least in the early parts of the game. And then they ran it like one time when, I don't know, they just kind of got away from it towards the end of the game.
Well, the first possession, I could just tell it was going to be one of those games. We start the game with -9 yards on offense, and it was just terrible. We miss a couple field goals. That would have been a momentum changer.
I mean, that at least would have put us at 23. Well, 14, no, 20. right?
20. Yeah. It would have been a one possession game at that point.
Exactly.
Like,
So I don't know. We got outgained. They had 413 total yards. We had 260. We played a very garbage game, and we were in it till the end, till the last probably half the fourth quarter. But guys, Oklahoma State put it to TCU this weekend. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little worried about that game.
I'm worried too, and it's going to be interesting to see where Oklahoma State and Baylor are going to be on this top 10 because I think they both belong.
They do.
And they both proved it.
They do. Oklahoma State's going to sit atop of Baylor in my top 10 for this week.
Yep, they won the head-to-head game.
So, yeah. And on top of that, Caleb Kelly's out for the season. He's done at OU. Did you hear about that, Emerson? Caleb Kelly?
yeah, that's really unfortunate to hear.
I
I saw his tweet, and it's just looking at his tweet and how much how many people chimed in to thank him just shows his character, and he's obviously a great young man, and he's probably going to be close to being a doctor at this point with how long he's been at Oklahoma. So it's really unfortunate to have his season end like that and his career end that way, but he'll always be a Sooner. So
Yeah.
He will. And just
Joel Klatt actually commented on his tweet. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I didn't see
I
that,
did,
but
yeah.
just the injuries that this guy has battled throughout his Oklahoma career, and he's always willing to come back and give it his all again. And, he's done a lot of good things for this team, and he's made a lot of big plays.
He has. But, yeah, so as we look at it now, we got Iowa State next week, guys. I don't know. I think it's going to be 11 a.m. kickoff again. So we'll see if the crowd comes out dead. Oh, yay, Oklahoma, Iowa State, or, Oklahoma rebounds. Because, we've seen this every year. Either Oklahoma rebounds, gets pissed off, comes out and kicks their ass, or they play even more sluggish the rest of the year. So who knows what's going to happen.
We're in jeopardy of not making the Big 12 championship because Baylor's won the head-to-head against us. We could very easily drop against Oklahoma State or Iowa State. And if Oklahoma State wins out, they're in. Baylor's got 2 losses, but we're playing our hardest streak of games here. We got Iowa State, absolute trap game. They don't have the best record, but they got dudes.
And they just lost to Texas Tech, so they're going to be ready to play.
Oh, I know. Did you see that last second field goal against?
I just saw the score.
They Texas Tech kicked a field goal at the very end of the game. Last 2 seconds of the game, made like a I can't remember what.
I think it was like 63 yards or 61, something
61.
ridiculous.
I think it was a 61-yard field goal that they made at the end of regulation.
Yeah.
As time expired, 61 yards, I believe. I might be wrong, but it's pretty damn close.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. So.
Hold on. There's one thing I also wanted to say. Hook 'em horns. 5-game losing streak, worse since about the 60s. Lose to the Kansas Jayhawks.
Hawks, boy.
Gabe was freaking out, man.
Rock chalk.
Okay, so I saw on Twitter, some people. There you go, buddy. I saw some people were complaining that on that 2-point conversion there was a holding on there. Dude, get over it.
You're losing that game. You're down. I think it was 35-14 at half off of a pick six.
Tell me why Daniels is looking like a young Lamar Jackson out there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Gabe, everyone.
That is. Gabe, come up here. Can you come up here? Come up here. There you go.
Hey, maybe Kansas should just join the SEC instead of Texas.
I'm gonna run the audio. Gabe, you tell us about your KU.
All right.
KU game.
All right. I just got to say, they just look good, I'm thinking next year we got a 50, like an even team.
Yeah.
Hey, that quarterback is going to
going
be a
500.
Saw it
stud.
even, and after that, we're gonna go on some Orange Bowl repeat season. You better be ready for that.
2007, Gabe's never
Tune
going
in
to
for that.
forget. Todd Reesing.
I'm
Akeem
telling you, man.
Talib,
Because I was
Chris Harris.
I was worried that after the OU game, it was going to be more like that was the only game they really gave a shit and really tried. That's what I was worried about. But then like I wasn't even really watching the game, and I looked it up online real quick, and I was like, oh my god, they're up 3 touchdowns on Texas right now in the third quarter, and I was like, oh, shit, here we go.
That's
Here
a
we
blue
go.
blood school.
go.
You should be happy.
And
about
I've sat
that.
in the rain when they're bad in a poncho as a kid. Okay, I've been out in the trenches for them Jayhawks. KU football all day. All right, get over here, Taylor.
It really is going to be interesting, though, on where Oklahoma State and Baylor are going to line up in the
old switcheroo.
top 10 of the college football playoff rankings because they're very deserving, especially Oklahoma State. I've had my doubts in Oklahoma State, but this year they're legit. I don't care what anybody says.
I hate them.
Well, give them respect this year because they got it together.
There you go.
Really, as long as Spencer Sanders doesn't just totally implode, that team can beat a lot of teams in the country.
Maybe we should just
Dude, that defense is legit.
get Ronnie Perkins back and maybe see if Ramondre will come back too. And
Ramondre had a touchdown against Cleveland tonight, so
he went hard. He's been
Yeah.
going hard lately.
New England stomped Cleveland. It was rough.
I saw Trey Norwood almost had a pick in overtime against the Lions. Not too sure who won
Both
that
the
game.
Treys
but
are playing well. I gotta say.
those Sooners in the NFL. Be careful.
Yeah.
CeeDee
CeeDee's
Lamb.
balling,
When I looked, he had 2 touchdowns with 94 yards.
Creed Humphrey's literally the best center in football, so that's nice.
Yeah, he's really good, but his team's kind of struggling this year, and it's not his fault because he's an
Hey,
outstanding
they just
center.
destroyed they just destroyed Vegas. So
What's the
they're
record?
they're leading the AFC West, so I'll take it.
The wide open AFC West.
It is pretty wide open.
Anyways,
Last thing I was gonna say, you guys are silly. The last thing I was gonna say was some OU fans were bitching about Baylor kicking a garbage field goal at the end. My opinion is, how about you just beat Baylor and you don't gotta worry about it.
I have no issues with it. Don't care.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Oklahoma
Be more
scored
physical.
Oklahoma scored a touchdown on Kansas with 12 seconds left to go up by 2 possessions. So you've done it
Yeah.
to people as well. It's football.
Exactly. And, thankfully I don't have any people who like Baylor around here, or else they'd be talking a lot of shit. But hey, you know what? Go ahead, storm the field. You guys aren't used to beating us, so
Hold on, though. Give Baylor some credit.
I am.
Well, I'm just saying, from previous years, they're literally a national championship contender, and then they have all these allegations against Art Briles. The team, goes into a slump. Matt Rule takes over. He brings them back up. Big 12 championship contenders, they're making a run. Another down year. Now they're back up. So it's you have
With
to
another
give
new
Baylor
head coach.
yes.
Right.
Meanwhile, Texas is over there recycling coaches every 4 years, and they're losing to Kansas in overtime.
And then they
and
fire
sitting
them
at-
every 2 to 3 years. That's what they got.
They
yeah,
should've
and they
never
can't
have-
even go above 500.
They should have
So-
never have kicked Mac Brown to the curb.
That
I'm
was
telling
the
you.
stupidest decision.
That was stupid. Honestly,
And Texas A&M lost yesterday, so it was a really good day for Baylor
Yeah.
I
fans,
told
I'm
you
sure.
that they were going to lose, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I don't mind that.
Now
at
Ole
all.
Miss is going to be ranked 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know something funny here? In the AP poll,
You know what? Put Ole Miss at 3.
A&M is number 16 at 7-3.
SEC.
Did you see Florida almost lose to Stanford? They were down by like 3 touchdowns at one point.
Dude, who was it?
Samford.
Sanford? I think they put up 56 against Florida.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see that.
And
It's like-
Bama beat them by 2.
Yeah. But Bama's obviously the number 2 team in the country.
Anyway, we're rambling on, folks. Long story short, Baylor beats. Oh, go ahead, Emerson. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you looking at the Baylor game and the Baylor Oklahoma game, you had a lot of people I saw players on the team when the rankings came out say, talking about how noted they're going to remember that. They're going to remember that ranking. Well, they just proved it. They just proved why they were number 8. And, Baylor's running back, Nick and I talked about it last week on the preview. I mean, he was physical, and he made Oklahoma defenders miss tackles, and they got beat in the trenches as the game wore on both sides of the ball, and both quarterbacks had players in their lap instantly for basically the entire second half of the game. And, it wasn't a good game. So, and Baylor, Oklahoma needs to figure it out if they want to win these last 2 games and hopefully contend for a Big 12 championship.
The whole Baylor trio, had a good day. Bohannon had a good day. Smith had a good day. Thornton had a good day. It was like they were playing on NCAA freshman mode.
And if you look at just the run game, you knew that Baylor was going to run those outside zones all day. And Oklahoma did not maintain backside integrity. Yeah, they didn't maintain backside integrity, and then you had, Baylor's running back cutting it back against the grain for 30 yards a pop. And it's like, you're going to get some tackles for loss, but if you don't stay disciplined and maintain the backside, you're going to give up big runs like that.
Well, that's how you attack Oklahoma's defense. They saw the film, and honestly, it was really well played, calling for Baylor. I remember they threw a little shuffle pass in right down the middle, and it was a huge chunk play. The play calling was excellent for Baylor, and I give them all the credit.
Yeah, and they were a disciplined team. Oklahoma had a lot of penalties that either kept them on the field and on 3rd and long, or on offense it stalled drives, and you're not going to win games like that.
Yeah, that's just why I think it's an okay loss for Oklahoma. It was a good team, and I just don't think that they're a ball club that's going to really compete in the college football playoff. So if we can go out and make a New Year's Six bowl game, win it, lose in a close game, I'd be content with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there we go. Tuesday, college football playoff rankings come out. Oklahoma's going to probably be 19, probably, whatever. So, you guys have anything? Emerson, do you have anything closing out as we?
No, not that I can think of right now.
Nick?
I've kind of said what I have to say, and, Oklahoma State, I've underestimated them, but I think they're legit contenders for a Big 12, and I think they can make a run for it if they continue to win. And Baylor as well, they played a hell of a game against Oklahoma and proved themselves. Their play calling was on point. They utilized their players, swarmed the ball on defense. It was crazy. But that's really all I got. So we'll see how Oklahoma goes moving forward to Iowa State.
And Emerson's Chiefs just won 41-14 over the Raiders, and Mahomes threw 5 touchdown passes. So, all right, well, it's getting late. I got to work in the morning. Kiddo's got to go to bed.
Hey, Emerson.
Yeah.
Damian Williams should have been Super Bowl MVP.
I know. He should still be on the team.
All righty.
I wish he was.
Okay, ladies, no more. We'll see you guys later, Tuesday, most likely. But we'll see. We're people. Adios. Horns down.
Hi, I'm Adam Murphy, director and producer of Sooner Saloon.
My name's Gabe Joyner. I'm the motherfucking sound guy.
And we would like to thank you for watching and want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our videos.
Go. Smash that like button. Destroy that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, kill it.
Cheers to that, bud.
Destroy. Subscribe. Destroy the like button.